Listen, I don't know why people think the Orlando Magic are a joke, but it's honestly getting ridiculous. Furthermore, when I hear Gilbert Arenas talk about Paolo Banchero like this,
in the playoffs, he don't even know he don't know what his left hand look like yet.
No, there, young fella. Trust me, this league they ain't scouting you like that, young fella.
it makes me raise my eyebrows a little. Now after hearing that, you all tell me, do you agree with Gilbert Arenas or do you think he's just making a fool of himself? This Magic team is composed of many different guards and forwards that make a huge impact on the floor, which in turn makes them a tough team to figure out. You have guys on the court who can shoot the 3-ball, guys who can put the ball in the deck and drive it, and then when we flip sides of the ball, you have guys who play their heart out and take it to opposing teams defensively. When you have a group of guys who buy into the program and really want to win, this is when you get a team like the Orlando Magic who are making a great push this year, putting the whole entire league on notice. Now look, there is many guys we could cover, but today I want to discuss how well Paolo Banchero has been playing this season. At the time of recording this, if we look at his stats over the last 10 games, Banchero is putting up 23 points, 7 rebounds and 4 assists on splits of 51% shooting from the field and 39% from deep. Yeah, there's a multitude of ways Paolo is getting his buckets, so let's dive deep into how he's getting to his spots to score the ball. Now when I analyze Banchero, his game starts from the inside where he gets his confidence going, and then as he starts seeing the ball fall through the basket a couple times, well that's when you see him pull it out and start knocking down jumpers from different spots on the floor. With his 6'10", 249-pound frame, Banchero can all out muscle defenders out his way to get to the basket, so when he catches this pass, the initial jab step shifts Jaylen Brown out his way for a second, so now Paolo can attack the middle of the floor. But knowing Brown is on his hip, he gets into his body so he can't recover so easily, and now he can lay this at the front of the rim with the left hand. The power is something that gives Paolo a huge boost in his game, because even if it's a defender his height, simply because they haven't hit that weight room like him, it allows Banchero to hit the defender and Kyle Kuzma with the boom, and now he can use this little float to get it up and over the top for the bucket. Sometimes off the initial bump, Paolo won't be open, but that's when he can use that exceptional footwork he's learned from Wagner and use that step through to get deeper into the paint, and with that size advantage over the smaller defender, the float is easy money. Now some of you are probably like, well that step through float only works when he's on smaller defenders. Well hold on my guy, I got something for you. When Banchero gets caught with Brandon Miller right in front of him, he doesn't just pass it out and reset, but instead he sees a gap within the defense where he could have dumped it off to Franz, but hey, that could have gotten stolen. So instead he steps right through into this gap, and with the strength and acrobatic ability, he's able to use that up and under and power through Mark Williams to kiss this off the glass. It's quite amazing to see Banchero use his physical attributes to help him convert shots inside, so even when defenders are being touchy and trying to knock him off his path to the basket, he has no problem getting to the spot still to get the bucket. Take this play here for an example. Wagner comes up to set this screen on the left side, so when Paolo stunts as if he's going to use the screen, it makes Bridges shift that way slightly, so now when he pushes to the left side of the floor, he has the step on him, and once met by the help at the rim, Banchero is too big and too strong, and is simply unfazed by all the outstretched hands. Honestly, it doesn't matter who's in his path to the basket, as he only sees one thing in his vision, and that's simply the rim. You'll see times where instead of putting a smaller guard on Banchero, the defense will have a big guard him to not only combat that power, but to also contest him at the rim when he gets there. But boy oh boy, the joke is on them, as Paolo is a lot quicker than most bigs, and once he puts the ball on the deck, it's pretty much a done deal, as he can get the first step on them, and now there's no rim protector inside to stop him. As you can see, it's looking like with every drive nowadays, Banchero is getting more and more comfortable, and even when he doesn't have the ball in his hands, he's being creative with these spins off the defender to establish positioning inside to then go score the bucket. Now I know that last one didn't look so clean, but when you see Paolo swirl off the smaller defender and Garland en route to this alley-oop lay, this is when you can see just how smooth these plays can be. Say whatever you want, but Banchero has this poise and creative factor to his game that he shows us flashes of every night, and it's now all about him tightening it up. These skill sets that help him score on the inside leak right into his shooting as well, as he uses the physicality, patience, and footwork to get to his spots and drain the jumpers over defenders. You can see as he pushes down the right side here, when he gets cut off, he's able to shift directions with that behind the back, and by initiating the contact getting into the defender's body, it allows him to get deeper into that paint for a better look at the rim, so now he can fade back to drill it home. If he didn't understand how to use his size to his advantage, then we'd never see these power plays where he totally moves the defender, and he'd also not be able to stay composed to knock down the N1 jumper after being hounded and attacked by the help defense. I know, right? The defense was totally trying to take him out on that play, but I kinda get it, because if you don't play Banchero tight and make it difficult for him, well here's where he can take his time, fill out the defender, and easily knock it down while fading away on this baseline. This improved shooting helps his game out a lot, as defenders can't just force him to take it inside or leave him open, because when they do leave him on an island with nothing but time, well, he'll make it his mission to make them pay for it. Now take what I just said a little lightly, because Paolo isn't draining his mid-range shots at the highest clip, as he's only knocked down 37% of his 78 shot attempts. But when you see how comfortable he is at getting to his spot and letting it fly, I'm sure with time we'll see that percentage uptick and hopefully get to around the mid-40s. I mean, if you don't believe that he can improve his mid-range shooting, well, you would be a fool, as he's upped his 3-point percentage by 9 percentage points from last season to this season, so all I say is give it some time and we will see what happens. Now, everything we have touched on has been centered around his scoring, but when it comes to him finding teammates within the offense, he's getting way better at not only noticing the openings, but also making the pass on time as well. Since he is a threat to score the ball and he had just lit the Cavs up for 40 points, they decide to double him off these screen actions, but by staying calm and scanning the floor, he notices Wagner cutting on his backside, and wham! He zips this pass to him down low, making it an easy finish at the rim. Now the Cavs were smart enough to double up high, which made this a harder pass, but let's say Paolo is able to get all the way into the paint before the defense decides to commit, well, he can make the adjustment on the fly, and just before Williams can get over to block him, Banchero just leaves it for Goga to catch it on the cut and slam it on through. This ability to quickly see his guys get open within the holes of the defense is extremely valuable, and even more than that, they make for exciting plays that get the crowd going. Paolo Banchero has truly been special this season, just showcasing all the things he's worked on in the offseason that is making him a threat on the court. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe before heading over to watch this full team analysis over the Magic. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.